Hey guys, it's me, Randy C. And I was just sitting there. I'm actually cleaning my room. It's like 2:34 in the morning. What is today's date? I was about to say December. I really was about to say December. It's what is this? May 17th, 2026. And I was sitting here thinking, you know, I just forgot what I was thinking. But it was about timeline shifting. So let me get into that. So have you ever noticed that there are times where people will say something to you about something that was done and you were there, totally there in the past, and it's like these little things that are different and you're like, nah, I don't remember that being like that. They're trying to figure out what the heck are they talking about because this doesn't have anything to do with what it is that happened on this day. Like you might remember it clearly. And they're telling you, oh, you said and you did. And you're like, what? No, no, that's not what happened. Or how about the little things like the dates? I've been noticing a lot over the years. This is over the years, but more so very, very recently. I've been noticing that people are telling me different dates, like important dates that I actually remember, like birthdays or like a day off. My older sister told me she's a whole year younger than I always thought she was. And my entire life, I thought she was 7 years older than me. And she told me about 6 months ago, no, no, sis, I'm only 6 years older than you. I was like, since since when? Since when? And I know it's not just me. I know it's not just me. So I've been thinking about all of these little things that are different, and I realized this is timeline jumping. And I know I'm not the only one that's having these moments. How many of us actually is it like a all the time thing? Like I have a child who doesn't remember most of her childhood. And I'm like, wait a minute, she doesn't remember anything before. Well, she remembers little things that were like traumatic to her or exciting to her before she was like 8, 7. Before that, she's like, no. She vaguely remembers the city that we may have lived in because she learned the cities. And for the most part, well, she was in like 3 different cities during that time. 4, maybe 4. I'm a little bit of a hopper. I go where I feel like I'm needed in that moment in time, and like I get this calling to go here and there, and I make those plans and I go, and it always works out. So I know I'm listening to my higher self. Anywho, the I don't know. I feel like it's something that needs to be said because I know I'm not the only person in the whole world that seems to be having these things happening to them. And my family, the conditioned ones anyway, because there are some who are very, very much awake, and then there's others who are not so much on the woke team. But that's okay because I still love them. I stay away from them, but I still love them. My thing is that when I clearly remember something and they're looking at me like, that didn't happen. What are you talking about? And I'm like, yes, it did. I remember because we did this and we did that. And they were like, no, we went here, here, and here. That's not a thought. It's not a memory. It's not anything in my head. So I kind of wonder, like, at one point in my life, I know I went through this major shift. And it was pretty recently. It wasn't the first one, but this one was pretty recently. And people were saying things to me that made absolutely no sense. People who I remember being extremely close to gone. Whole personality shifts on them. I'm still being the me that I know me to be, and they are like these completely different people. And I don't know what to say about that, to be honest, folks. I'm just like, what? When did this happen? And I know that one of the things that I need to do to grow is to purge and release things that and people and places that no longer suit me, no longer um, helping me to grow, no longer teaching me the lessons that I need to continue to grow. And I know that this won't stop until I learn all my lessons. Will I learn every lesson in this one lifetime? Maybe, possible, but maybe, possibly. I don't. You know, what? I'm gonna just end it right here because, quite honestly, I don't know. It's just something that's been on my mind a lot, and I'm thinking to myself, cells, cells. My mother would be like, "Look at the smoke. I see it all the way from here because your thoughts are big and powerful." And I don't know. So many things have changed recently and over the past, I say 10 years. The level ups, the letdowns. But you know what? I feel like I'm not down and out, so I keep on going. I feel like I'm past that point of I'm just trying to survive. I've been out of survival mode. I took myself out of survival mode. I removed my fears. So it's not that I'm fearful of anything. I see strange things. I have crazy dreams. I speak on it. I'll be honest, most of the people on my social media, on my original social medias, they don't even say anything to me. And it's crazy because I'm not sure if they know that those are actual business accounts. So I am literally looking at um anywhere between three to maybe 700 people actually view my post, but no one comments. You may have five people that like it or don't like it. And I comment stuff all the time. I tell them about my dreams all the time. And some of the stuff happened immediately, and then other things, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a dreamer. I'm a person who dreams stuff. I am also many other things. I am a Reiki master. I told them when I was 1.5 years old that I am a witch doctor. I didn't say a witch, I said a witch doctor. That makes me a shaman. I acknowledged that when I was a kid, a baby. They looked at me and said, "Girl, get on out of here." It's like there's like so many different things that I know that I am. The healing, the energy manipulation, and all of this stuff. And they kind of just look at me because I have changed to them. But to me, I'm the same person that I always was. I always had premonitions. I always had the dreams. I always had, this, that, and the other. And more recently, within the past 10 years, I've noticed that I was being pulled towards a husband. And I lie to you not. I lie to you not. I don't understand it. My then best friend, who was male, was like, "What? You belong to me." Okay, so now your energy is blocking my potential husband. So yeah, that lasts actually far longer than it really should have because I should have been more wise and known that okay, this is going to be a problem when it started. My what was I talking about? Being pulled towards a husband. I left one state. I kept dreaming that there were like catastrophic things happening there. And one by one, little by little, some of the things happen, not as intense, but I also know that sometimes when I dream about stuff, these things actually manifest some 5 to 10 years later. So I am glad that I got, for the most part, the people that I grew up with, or the people that I grew up around in the household who were there on that same side of the country. I'm glad I got them out of the way. Anyway, I'm going on to something completely different when really what I'm saying is that I had a shift in people who a shift to a timeline where when I said that I was getting married, everyone thought it was the funniest thing they had ever heard in their entire lives. And I didn't understand why. I'm female. My mother and my stepfather laughed. My biological father, who was passing away, they didn't know that at the time. I did. He told it to us all. But he didn't have anything wrong with him. He died. And so, but he told us 5 years in advance. And I paid attention to him after the first year or so, me telling him not to do it, not to say it. And then I just, you know, I listened to what it is that he was saying. And once I finally listened to him, he stopped saying it to me. But he was the only one who didn't laugh when I said that I was looking for my husband, that I was I moved to the South. I was on the West Coast. I moved to the South because I kept being called I kept seeing signs to go to Texas and I didn't go. To me, I'm sorry for whoever's from Texas. If you get offended by this, but Texas stink. I have never smelled a smell like those oil rigs and that dirt. I was driving past, the dirt was on fire, just on fire. Coming from California at the time, I'm not originally from California, but I was driving from California to the East Coast, and the road, the dirt, the soil next to the road that I was driving on was just in flames, and nobody stopped. Nobody tried to put it out. It wasn't some like odd thing to them, and I was like, what the whole heck is happening? I said, and it stink. So I kept on going, which was my intent because at the time I had two best friends, and both of them would have been within 2 hours away from me, and we hadn't been around each other in years, like years. And so, not nonstop all the time. We were better best friends separated, I guess. We're not friends at all. Like none of us are friends at all. But I had already seen dreams where one came to me, the male, and I was building a house or something, and I'm not sure if it was my house, if I was helping to build a house, if I posted that I was going to be doing this, and he came up with two young men, which I now realize have got to be his two sons who didn't exist when I had a dream. And so he was telling me that he was happy to see me and we hadn't seen each other in years, and he just wanted to help me build a house, and he told me that he was dying of stage 4 cancer. And I'm like, I was obsessed with him after that dream, making sure that he knew to check and have the doctors check to make sure that there were no cancerous cells. And yeah, so I guess that's a future endeavor because I have yet to actually build a house outside of a classroom. So, and that was a studio apartment. So yeah, yeah. And then the female friend, I don't know. We just we just had to part ways. But I had also with her, I had seen that we were no longer friends. I dreamt that we were no longer friends. So it wasn't a surprise when these things came around, even though I was like so upset and so crushed and so hurt because all of both of them had been friends with me for almost 20 years and above. I mean, we weren't like new friends who had just been friends for like maybe 5 years and had a fallout. We had been friends, like my male best friend. We had been friends with each other for well over 30 years. So, it bees how it bees, the way it bees. But these timeline jumps, man. Something like at one point, I was jumping, like just skipping through, like child, like hopscotch, like woo, just skipping through. And I'd wake up one day and things were one way, and people were saying particular things. I wake up another day, I'm like, what? When did that happen? They're like, I talked to you yesterday. Why don't you remember this? I'm like, huh? And it's crazy. My dad used to say that I was under a dome, right? Remember that TV show Under the Dome? And then how that TV show ended where they they found out that there were multiple domes and like these people lived under these domes and it was like a government experiment or something like that. And he used to tell me because everything would be calm, nothing would be happening. And he'd be like, why don't you know that these things are going on? I'm like, well, these things aren't happening over here. And he'd be like, that's because you live under a dome. You stay under your dome. And I don't know, part of that might have been sarcastic, but part of that might have been my dad who was he had his own thing. Might have been forewarning me, stay in your safe space and your safe place. And those who are around you constantly, they are also in your safe space and your safe place. And I realized when I stopped being around people and like I moved let's say my umbrella, that song by Rihanna, under my umbrella, bella. Like when I moved my umbrella to a different direction and they're out there in the rain, their lives be so jacked up. And I'm just like, oh. But normally, what makes me move my umbrella, I call it my umbrella protection. Normally, what makes me move my umbrella, it's not me. Like, I'll be mad at you and you're still under that umbrella. It's them. Them trying to push me towards whatever way they want or think that I should be pushed per them. So, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Like I said in the beginning, I'm cleaning my room. I need to at least clean off my dust. At least clean off my dust. Ugh, I can't even. I have ashes on my desk from Palo Santos and sage and what's this other one that I have? Oh, the other day I burnt what is it? Lavender and oh, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I'm just like, yeah, you got to get this up. I think I need another coconut water. Am I the only one who feels so much better when they drink coconut water? I mean, dang. That's all I'm gonna say. Dang. I'm trying not to curse people. My potty mouth is trying to come through. I'm trying not to curse. All right, bye.